Well, it is time for us to travel this Tuesday, and we're heading to the Caribbean, in fact, to the biggest island in the Cuban archipelago, the magical and mesmerizing Cuba. And here to tell us more, we welcome to studio Shawn Voges from Flight Center Travel Group to share some useful tips and insights into this captivating destination that he traveled to very recently. And good morning to you, Shawn. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks very much
thanks
for having me.
for stepping in, and thanks for sharing your passion for what sounds like the most stimulating, most beautiful travel destination. What is it about Cuba that seems to grab people's imagination in the way that it does?
You know, Cuba is something, a place like no other. The 1950s architecture, the classic cars and the roads, the music, the Latin culture, all of that contributes to the vibe and the energy that the city brings. The beautiful buildings, it's just really, really something so different. And you know what, at the end of the day, it's the people that actually make this place incredible, because they're so warm and inviting.
Yeah. It looks like a film set.
It does, right?
It really looks like
it's
it's
look right for the cameras
real.
while you're there. And while you're there traveling, what are some of the best things to see? What are your must-see tips, if I can call them that?
You know, there's a few places, but I'll narrow it down to 4. In Havana, or Havana, however you'd like to pronounce it.
I'm having a good time.
Having a good time, there we go. They've got some amazing salsa clubs to go to, some amazing bars. You can get an amazing pina colada. This is the Melican Promenade and Sea Road.
In what filter? What filter is that? That's crazy.
Something on Instagram, probably. And then down to Vinales is the traditional Cuban side of Cuba. So you'll be able to see horse-driven carts, cigar-smoking locals. Obviously, Cuba is really well known for that. And then your Coco Cay Island down the south. So beautiful tropical escapes, pristine beaches. This is the place you'll go to if you want to go with your family. Your all-inclusive resorts are there. So that's really fun and exciting. And you definitely don't want to miss out Trinidad. So Trinidad, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, stepping back to the 19th century. So that is definitely something completely out of this world.
I love that mix. You've got the culture, you've got the history, the antiquity, but you've also got that massive luxury. I think the difficult question to ask always, how far will the rand get you? You feel kind of rand logged at the moment.
Well, one Cuban convertible peso is equal to $1 US. However, the money goes much further in Cuba than what it would do at its friends in the US. So you could easily get away with buying a beer between 20 and 30 rand, depending on where you're going.
Oh, wow.
Accommodation anywhere between 800 and 1,500 rand a night, or sorry, 400 and 1,500 rand a night. So quite a value for money destination,
In that case, señor, dos cervezas.
Yeah, dos cervezas.
And any last tips that you'd like to share with us?
You know, Cuba is the sort of place that it's best to pre-plan as much as possible. Internet is not readily available, so Wi-Fi is not at every single shop that you could think of. And visas are required by South Africans. So it takes about 10 days to apply, so not too bad at all. And then lastly, the only thing you have to think about is how you're going to experience it. Is it going to be as a backpacker? Is it going to be as part of a cruise ship stopover? Or is it going to be as part of a group tour? It can be experienced by any and every sort of person. It's open to everyone.
If you can just go there and get lost,
Exactly.
It just looks
that's the fun of
amazing.
it,
Even without the Wi-Fi, you know, find other ways of connecting. You know, at a salsa club.
Man, make a more personal connection. Shawn, thank you so much for joining us.
I think
I'm not alone. I think I hear Cuba calling to me. Those salsa clubs, the culture, the passionate people. There's something very South African about Cuba, at least to me. So hopefully that's inspired you to get out there and travel your world.